Okay, we want to talk today about responsible things to do before selling your goat, or even after selling your goat. You want to make sure all your health records are in order, that you've recorded all their medications, their birth date, their dewormings, their re-dewormings, even their hoof trims, if you've kept track, which you really should. So that the new owner can see that you've done your due diligence by these goats, and that everything's in order. And you want to, you really should photocopy that health record and keep it for yourself in case the animal comes back. And that's another thing we'd personally do to be a reputable seller. If for any reason they decide to bring the goat back, then they can, at any time in the future even. But they do not get a refund because you don't know what kind of shape the animal's coming back in. And you need to let them know they're not getting a refund, even if it's been gone just a short time. Okay, the next thing you need to do is a quick health check. You should do this when you put them up for sale, but particularly when you've sold them. And like right now we've got a lady coming back for 4 goats that she bought. She put a down payment on and she's going to return. And so we could do a health check, check their weight, and you can see on our videos how we say to check weight. It's not by looking chubby, because that's just the way goats look. They've got a big belly because 85% of that is their rumen, so you're not going to tell by just looking at them. You're going to want to check the spine, see if it's standing up in a high spine. You're talking about like this. Okay. So then you're also going to want to look them over, particularly pick a black one. You really should check the one you're selling, but check around the tail. You're looking for lice, okay? Just because you've treated for lice and it went away, maybe you have deer in your area, maybe you brought in a goat, but check and make sure there's no lice. These are not communicable to people, guys. Don't panic. And it's not from mismanagement necessarily. It's just it happens sometimes, particularly in the winter when everybody's all clogged up in the barns, staying away from the rain. So you're checking their weight, checking for parasites, and then you want to trim their hooves. Even if you've trimmed them on time every two weeks to a month, you want to go ahead and check them again, trim them again. If they're got a little tiny bit of growth, show the person when they come how to trim them, so they'll know how to trim them, and maybe even let them trim a hoof or something so they know they've not only watched you do it, but they've done it themselves. And while you're checking their hooves, make sure that you're checking for any kind of problem with the hoof, whether that is hoof rot signs, splitting, cracking, or just narrowing of it, and that you need to reshape the hoof before they leave, so you're giving them the best start possible. Nala was naughty today when we got our hooves trimmed. She was biting people. And Maverick was naughty. He always bites people. And Finley was naughty, and he laid down on the ground like a big fat baby and wouldn't move. He went to ground like a little fawn. So those are the things that we try to look after when we're selling to a buyer, because I've had it where I bought an animal from someone and I came and the hooves were long and they were not well cared for. The animals had lice. So even though she probably consistently was trimming and was delousing, right before you'd sell, you need to check that again, because it makes you look like you're not taking care of those things. And I've had animals where I forgot to trim the hooves right before they went out because it's a sudden purchase and it doesn't look good for you. So do your best to look the reputable buyer that you are. That is what to do for your goat before you sell it.